Namaskar, my dear friends. And today in Yoga Satsang, we are learning an important topic that is about nitric oxide. And before going to learn the nitric oxide, we must know about our blood. So about the blood, there is a lot of information is there, but we must know what the blood will does. So there is so many things are there, but in generally, there are three important works are there which can blood do. The first one is whatever the food we are consuming, that it can digest our body, and that the nutrition particles and nutrition part, it will supply to each and every part by the blood only. That we know that. But if the blood is not good enough or not pure, so then how can it take nutrition properties and can supply to each and every cell? So the supply of nutrition to each and every cell will get disturbed by impurity of the blood. This is the first function. And the second function is already those cells are has got energized or energy produced energy. At the same time, when the energy after using that energy, it can convert into the like toxic materials or carbon dioxide. Again, the blood has to suck or take that toxins, and again it will throw out the our body, either to the lungs or liver and kidney in these areas. But if the blood is already impure, for example, impure, so then even this toxic collection material, it doesn't do properly, my dear friends. So there are two things are disturbing if the blood is disturbed. And then the third function in our endocrine system, if the required hormones releases in the blood only, and then blood takes that hormone to the target organs. So if that organs, if the blood is impure, so then the hormones cannot take to the proper to the particular organs and the target organs. So that is why even the hormonal system also will get disturbed. That is why we'll get the hormonal imbalance and hormonal problems. So nowadays we are just watching so many problems for the teenage girls and the teenage boys, and even and the infertility cases also, and the growth in the height growing problem. So these are the problems we are facing. These are the related to hormonal problems. So that is why the three important things are not going in the in our body properly, so that our health is disturbing. So when the cell is disturbing, that particular organ will disturb, and when the particular organ disturbing, that particular function also will get disturbed. So the disturb of this function, in the beginning it will become as a disorder, and this continuous disorder for days and months, then it will convert into the disease. But how can we make our blood pure? So there are so many techniques. So that is why I tell you in the regularly in our regular classes, take pranahara regularly. Pranahara regularly, at least one meal, either in the breakfast or in the evening. So take pranahara and any two juices, either vegetable juice or leafy vegetable juice or any fruit juices, a morning one and evening one. If you take this, then your blood will get purify properly, and then blood work very good in our body. And then, but if you pure your blood, if you make your blood pure, then the blood health also depends on the blood vessels health, my dear friends, where the blood is transporting or passing through the blood vessels only. So if the blood vessels are in the unhealthy condition, then what happens? Then there will be so many disorders, my dear friends. If blood is not going in the blood vessels properly, so then the blood will supply not supply to the so many parts. So in that parts, they will get die, or they will get extra growth, or they will get accumulated, like then there will be formation of the nodes and the toxic lymph nodes and stone formation, cyst formation, fibroids formation, or extra muscle growth, or extra bone growth. And these problems will happen if the blood circulation is not good enough. So, but the blood circulation needs the blood vessels healthy. So for blood vessels, what we should do actually, so here the importance of nitric oxide takes place. So nitric oxide, one gastric compound, my dear friends, and it will make the blood vessels very healthy. The vasodilation or dilation of the blood vessels are constricts. This is depends on the nitric oxide. So then how can we get the nitric oxide? Again through pranahara only. So if even the sufficient of nitric oxide is there in our body, then how can it will work properly? Again, yoga, pranayama, and the Brahmari and Omkara lengthy and long chanting is very, very important to stimulate the function of this nitric oxide, my dear friends. So that is why the so many disorders, for example, BP and the heart blockages and brain clots, and these all the accumulation of the toxins and the clots and blockages will because of not sufficient blood circulation to that particular parts, particular organs. So that if you do regularly pranayama, meditation, and yoga, and then in yoga, some particular asanas also are there. So we have to decide according to age, according to our health condition, we choose a few asanas. So then if you do these things, if you are taking regularly pranahara and do regularly just half an hour exercises and pranayama and meditation and chanting Brahmari. So these are will stimulate the nitric oxide function properly so that each and every blood vessels will be in a healthy condition so that the blood supply is very good to each and every cell and organ. So that is why in the last previous video, I just posted about the Brahmari pranayama. So there is no particular time, my dear friends. If you do whenever you want, whenever you leisure, either watching TV, either you are working in the kitchen or in your working on your system. So whatever may be, you just do like Brahmari. Mm. This is this is you can just breathe in maximum and do as lengthy as possible within comfortable zone, just chanting longer time, as long as possible, very comfortably, so no stress at all, no stress at all. So if you do this movement, these vibrations can create the biomagnetic energy, and that the energy can stimulate your nitric oxide so that your blood vessels will dilate properly so that the blood circulation will pass to each and every cell. So then our blood will become very healthy and blood vessels will become healthy so that our heart also will become healthy. That is why each and every system and every cell will work in a proper way. So this is the secret, and this is the importance behind the Brahmari pranayama, yoga, pranahara, and nitric oxide. So that is why we must practice yoga regularly, at least half an hour, my dear friends. So thank you very much for this satsang, and we'll meet you in the next satsang. Thank you, dear friends. Namaskar.